If you pay more than $2,400 a month in rent, I'm going to show you why buying a house makes way more sense in today's market. Hey, Daniel here, your local San Marcos real estate expert. Today's video is going to be a little different today, so I'm going to be touring some homes in Trace, which is a new construction neighborhood southeast San Marcos. And we're mainly going to focus in on, as a college student or maybe a first-time homeowner in Texas in San Marcos, are these good options for you, and kind of break down some of the numbers. So as we walk through the homes, you'll know exactly what the monthly mortgage payment would cost, and hopefully I can kind of answer any questions you may have, especially if you are currently renting and you just think home ownership is something you do when you have enough money saved up. Honestly, it doesn't take that much money to get into a house, and in the current market, you'd be shocked at how much I can negotiate builders to pay for, so you are getting a great deal and into a house and start paying off a mortgage instead of paying rent. So that's the focus of today's video. We're gonna check out two homes, and we're gonna do DR Horton in today's video. So let's jump into house number one. So the first house we're checking out today is a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1-story home. It's 1,407 square feet, and it's listed at $321,000. So I can pan around so you can see kind of the street view of where we're at. Really quiet private road here, really wide too. Not a lot of street parking. That's just me on the road right now. As I said, this is DR Horton Homes, and these are new construction homes. So this home, before we jump in, DR Horton's offering a bunch of incentives to lower the interest rate for a loan if you go through them. In layman's terms, it's about $11,000 down payment for this house. So that's all cash you will need is $11,000, and your monthly payment would be roughly $2,473. So I want you to kind of keep those numbers in mind when we're looking at this house and thinking, can I do $11,000 as a down payment, and am I comfortable with $2,473? Now, if you are a Texas State student, or maybe your son or daughter is a Texas State student, this is also great because they can have roommates, and it'll lower it by quite a bit. So this is a 3-bedroom home. We have each person paying $800, $850 a month, and that completely covers it. So it's kind of the finances of this one. I'll walk around and tell you what I'm seeing. So we have luxury vinyl plank flooring, really durable, very, very good flooring. I have this in my own home. I really prefer this over tile. Tile cracks over time. LVP does not. So very durable flooring, which is great. A little mess here from the builders. They're still doing a couple of things. We have our first 2 bedrooms, or guest bedrooms, here to the side. Here's the first bedroom. There is no ceiling fan, so it's either something you need to install yourself or get a floor fan. And then a decent corner closet. I do appreciate the natural light coming in here. Pretty good size. And then second bedroom, about the same size, maybe a hair smaller. Yeah, exact same style as far as closet, but no natural light coming into that one. And then we have this shared bathroom here. So we have the tub, floor to almost ceiling tile. They stopped 4 inches. I'm not sure why they did that. And just a single sink in here with the open linen shelving there. And then we walk through this main entryway. This opens up to our living area. So then we have this large kitchen island, and then this fridge opening. So this is something you can negotiate the builder to pay for. I've had success with this in the past, and honestly, it's a big reason why I advise people to use a knowledgeable realtor when they're buying a house. Because if you go with me, I know the market really well, and I know how much the builders are hurting. So if we ask for a fridge, washer, dryer, blinds, garage door opener, like motorized, we ask for all those things plus a little bit more in closing costs paid for, I'm positive they'll say yes, just because I know the market and I know what they're dealing with. And I've had success with it with previous clients recently, specifically with DR Horton. So definitely something we can get included, so it's one less thing you need to buy. For a 1,400 square foot home, it's pretty typical. It's not the biggest kitchen, right? We don't have a ton of cabinet space or countertop space. Do have a large corner pantry, which is nice. And then here's your dining area. I do like we have the somewhat vaulted ceiling. Quite a bit of natural light coming in here. So you can see the back patio. It's a decent size, definitely long enough to fit chairs, a grill back here pretty easily. And then we have this pretty large backyard. I would need to double check with them. It always concerns me when they have a slope coming down the yard because I get worried about with the drainage, right? We never want sitting water near the foundation because that's going to affect the house. Now, anytime you ask a builder this, they'll say, yeah, we meet codes. We've met the city of San Marcos code for building, which I'm sure they have. It doesn't mean it's perfect, right? So you do want to get knowledge from them. You need to make sure, assurances, there we go, from them that if we do see sitting water near the foundation, they are going to take care of that. They're going to adjust something within the first year you're living here. That would be my big advice for when you see sloped yards like that. But as far as privacy, pretty good amount of privacy. Definitely you can hang out here and not have to stare at your neighbor, especially if you're in an apartment right now and you have a small balcony and no yard. This is a big step up from that. If you have dogs, I love that. Now, something else I like about D.R. Horton is they have these light switches you can pull off, they pop out, and then you can buy Wi-Fi or Bluetooth connected switches from Amazon. Stick them in, and then you can control the lights from your phone. You can also set them to where they'll turn off after a certain amount of time. So I really like that they have this option here. And then off to the side here we have our utility room. Side-by-side washer dryer with a shelf above. Pretty good amount of space. And then a 2-car garage with a little bit of space here for storage if you are trying to park 2 cars in there. You know, I'm never confident 2-car garage, you can actually park 2 cars. Maybe if you have European cars, you can make it work. Here is the primary bedroom. So I used to be a teacher. I was a band director for 10 years, and one of the first deals I actually had was with an ex-student of mine, and she went to Texas State, coincidentally. I always advised her when she actually bought the house herself, because she had a full-time job, so she was able to get a loan. She definitely got the primary bedroom, right? But I also advised her it's an investment property for her. So I told her, don't tell your roommates / your friends how much the mortgage is. Just tell them how much they owe you. And so she's got it to where the roommates and the tenants are paying a little bit more than her, so that her, you know, she's taking the risk for the loan, but she's paying way less and getting the nicest room in the house and the largest bathroom too. So that's always something I advise people who are looking to purchase a house. Make sure either you if you're getting it or your kid if you're buying it for them, they get the primary bedroom, and it shouldn't be even between them, in my opinion. You're taking on the risk of a loan, right? You should pay a little bit less because you were smart enough to buy a house, you know, at a very young age. So this is the primary bedroom. I wish they added ceiling fans. It's a small thing you can add yourself. There's one thing with D.R. Horton I'm not a big fan of. And then this is the primary. So we have dual vanity sinks, walk-in shower with a subway tile, toilet, and then a much larger closet than the other 2 bedrooms. So there you have it. That's a 1-story home in Trace. $321,000 equates to roughly $2,473 a month. When I say that number, I'm including the HOA fees as well, and the PID, the paying for the development of a new construction neighborhood. So I've put all of that into account when I gave you that number because I want to be as specific and as accurate as possible. But that is with an $11,000 down payment. Cool, let's go check out one other home, much larger home. It's a 4-bedroom house, 2-story, and see how much that affects the monthly payment for that home. So I'll see you over there. Second house we're checking out today is much larger. This is a 4-bedroom, 3 full bath, 2-story home. It is, let me look at my notes, 2,473 square feet, so over 1,000 square feet bigger than the last house we were just in. And this one used to be listed at $389,000. It is now listed at $370,000. This is what DR Horton calls their home of the week. It's basically their discount home. It's been on the books longest, so they're just trying to sell it. That's why they're offering discounts in the price. With the current incentives they're offering for this home, you would be looking at about $13,000 down payment. So again, the last house $11,000, this one $13,000 down payment, and monthly mortgage payment of $2,843 is what I saw. So it's nice because you have that fourth bedroom, so you can leverage that to actually, if you have roommates in all four of those bedrooms, then that would actually be a lower cost compared to the other home because that was only a 3-bedroom. So let's go check this one out. And just so you can see where we actually were was right there. So that was the house we were just at. Now we're in this one. This is a very long driveway, pretty flat too, which is nice. So you can easily fit 4 cars in the driveway without backing out into the street. You can park on the street, it is wide enough, but you shouldn't need to. Like I said, this is a super long driveway where they have this one situated. And then we have nice lighting right above the garage too. I love that you have this flower bed here. Anyone you know has a green thumb, they can utilize that. And then you do have this nice front patio space as well with a decent amount of privacy. Your neighbor's patio's over there on the other side of their house, so another little space you can utilize. This is the largest DR Horton home available. This is their Nicole floor plan. I actually just sold one of these. I really like this floor plan. So we have, as I said, 3 full bathrooms. So this is the first full bathroom. You're gonna notice it's gonna be a lot of the same features, the same flooring throughout, the same design for their bathrooms. DR Horton is a spec builder, and so that's how they keep their prices low, is you cannot customize anything. They have everything to spec, and then they build that the same way every time. So here's your first bedroom, typical closet, decent sized bedroom space. But like I said, everything's gonna be pretty much the same. So carpeted bedrooms, no ceiling fans. All of that's kind of to keep the price low. 2-car garage, exact same as the last one, just swung differently, right? You can see there is no garage door opener. So as I said earlier, that's something I have had success negotiating in the past with DR Horton. And it's worth saying, because I always forget sometimes, whoever's watching this video, you may know nothing about buying a house and you're kind of learning a lot of tidbits from me right now. I've never had a buyer client pay me anything for my services. I always negotiate the builder or the seller to pay my commission. So if you did contact me to help you buy a house, my services are essentially free to you. You are not gonna have to pay me anything. And it's actually gonna save you money because I know very well how to negotiate to get you the best offer from the builder. So wanted to put that out there. My services don't cost a penny to buyers. All right. This is a wider walkway than the previous house too. We have storage here underneath the stairs, and then much larger living room area. Kitchen is pretty much the same. That's a little bit wider right next to the fridge, but pretty much the same as the previous home. Much larger dining area over here. Let's check out this backyard. I haven't been back here yet. You can see this one, they've installed the blinds already. So much wider back patio, opens up to that direction as well. And so this is a really good lot. Every lot's gonna be different. You can see the fence line back there is different. We're on the end of the subdivision. And this looks like a drainage ditch back here, which is perfect because that means you're not gonna have a rear neighbor back here. So really nice lot placement as well. A little bit of a large side yard too. So that was downstairs. Let's go upstairs. Something else to keep in mind for this neighborhood, they do have a swimming pool, they have a pickleball court, they have sand volleyball. All of that is accessible to homeowners only, part of your HOA fees. Take care of that. And when I gave you that estimated monthly mortgage payment, that's including your HOA fee. Okay, so next big difference here is we have an upstairs landing. We have a loft area up here. Pretty high ceilings. Usually upstairs, the ceilings are a little bit lower. Our utility room is upstairs, which is great for the 3 bedrooms upstairs. Whoever's living downstairs is gonna have to go up and down for their laundry. And then we have our 2 other guest bedrooms. This is number 1, okay sized bedroom. Nice sized closet. Honestly, these are extremely similar in size and dimension to the 2 we saw in the previous house. And then guest bathroom, very similar to what we just saw downstairs and in the last house. Just have a linen closet here, just more storage. And then the primary is pretty crazy with this one. If you like closet space, have I got a room for you? So this is the primary, already a very large primary bedroom, but it just keeps on going. So we have our walk-in shower, we have toilet with natural light coming in, that's rare. I like that feature. Open linen, dual vanity, but then this closet is a showstopper. So much space in here. I mean, this, if you're really hurting for money, get your friend to move in here, right? It's a 5 bedroom. I lied to you all. So this is a 5 bedroom house. Save even more. So yeah, this is a ridiculous closet. So there you have it. Those are homes in Trace, D.R. Horton Homes, and hopefully my whole goal is to educate y'all. I was a teacher, like I said, for 10 years, and so I never want to come across as a salesman trying to sell a house. It's more about educating people through these videos and then letting you know how you can reach out to me if you are thinking of buying a house or you just want more information about it. No pressure, right? Like I said, my services are free. Always happy to help. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call. All of that can be found in the description below. I love Zoom calls for the first time because I get to know your personality a little bit better and help your situation. But yeah, doesn't matter if you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, you can contact me anyway. And until next time, I hope to see you guys around the neighborhood. Whew, it's been a long day. One more thing. Sorry, I got in my car and realized I didn't bring this up. I've had success with the builder paying to get you out of your lease. So don't feel like you're stuck in your lease if you're currently in a lease and you're kind of waiting for that to end. I've literally had builders pay $3,000, $4,000 to buy you out of your lease. So no penalty to you to get you into their house. So something to be aware of, really cool deal, especially in this current market that you can take advantage of if you're currently renting. All right, for real now, goodbye.